Good Sunday morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're still having a great weekend. It's not quite over yet. A lot of good basketball this weekend. Some crazy things that happened the last couple of days. We're going to go over all that. We got some news to go over. Before we get started, hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Or is it down there somewhere? With that, let's get started with some news. Mountain West Conference. They've agreed to enter mediation with the Pac-12 along with Boise State, Colorado State, Utah State, in hopes of settling the lawsuit regarding school exit fees and poaching penalty. The Mountain West was included in scheduling agreement with the Pac-12. Mountain West believes the Pac-12 should require a $55 million payout from the Pac-12 for Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Utah State, and San Diego State. I know it's all confusing. In December, Colorado State and Utah State filed lawsuits against the Mountain West, seeking to have to pay exit fees. I guess they don't want to pay the exit fees to go to the Pac-12. Mountain West wants them to pay the exit fees. So Mountain West and Pac-12 are going to go into some kind of agreement before it goes to court. All confusing. Be a lot simpler. People just stay put in their conferences, and we wouldn't have all this problem. But I can see why people leave, the money. So, after all that confusing crap, we'll see how that works out. Bowling Green head coach Scott Loeffler leaves the school to become the quarterback coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He was there for 6 seasons. He went 27-41, but the last 3 years he has taken Bowling Green to bowl games. So he's going to be the quarterback coach at Philadelphia Eagles. Bowling Green looking for a new head coach. Oklahoma, they hire Senior Bowl Executive Director Jim Nagy as their new GM. I guess to help rebuild things there because, as we all know, OU is not OU like it used to be. Texas, they are raising their season ticket prices by $13 per game. They said it's got to do with, what else? Paying players. So if you're a Texas season ticket holder, you may know. But if you don't know, your tickets are going up $13 every game. Iowa State gives athletic director Jamie Pollard a 5-year contract extension. They like what he's doing there. Successful football program, successful basketball program. So I can see why they're doing that. They're proud of the job he is doing. Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze, man, I didn't know this. He got diagnosed with prostate cancer, but the doctors say they caught it so early, he's going to make a full recovery. And while he's going through treatment, which I'm guessing is probably radiation, he'll still be coaching Auburn. So good luck with that, coach. Hope you beat that. The doctor's saying you are. So good for there. NCAA Rules Committee is looking into changing or charging teams with a timeout for faking injuries. If the teams don't have any timeouts left, then they will get a 5-yard delay of game penalty for faking injuries. It's gotten out of hand. From what I'm reading, this rule that they're proposing is going to how the play is over, and then 5 seconds later somebody falls on the field. Oh God! Oh, I think that's what they're going for there. Because let's face it, there are some injuries that are pretty legit. But then there's some you see happen. Like I said, seconds after the play's over, guys walking back to the bench. Oh God! You know how that works. All right, so let's go back to Thursday. 15-15 North Kentucky beat 19-11 Purdue Fort Wayne by 5. North Kentucky's Robinson, 25 points. 23-5 Liberty beat 19-10 Jacksonville State by 4. 12-18 Monmouth beat 17-13 Alien by 3. And we'll go with this again. Alien lost again yesterday. So teams losing games that don't need to be losing games are losing games. And a lot of times to inferior teams. 22-8 Chattanooga. Chattanooga beat 19-11 UNC Greensboro 75-63. 9-19 FIU beat 16-3 Kennesaw State 76-61. 18 points off of turnovers for the Panthers. 11-19 Eastern Illinois beat 18-12 Little Rock 71-60. Eastern Illinois Shelton, 25 points in that game. 20-10 Southeast Missouri State beat 19-11 SIUE, 83-68. Southeast Missouri win the Ohio Valley regular season title. Number 15, Michigan beat 14-15 Rutgers by 2 with Burnett's buzzer beater. 3-point buzzer beater. So many buzzer beaters this week. It's been crazy. 16-12, Western Kentucky beat 17-11 UTEP 80-73. Western Kentucky 50% from the field, UTEP only 30%. 14-16, Wright State beat 19-11 Cleveland State 82-76. Cleveland State, man, they're really doing good. Now they are 4-5 in the last month. As of Thursday, I think they lost again yesterday, but we'll see. 25-4, UC San Diego beat 20-8 Cal State Northridge by 6. UC San Diego, that's their 10th straight win. Number 23, St. Mary's beat 16-14 Loyola Marymount 58-55. Both of them only shot 39% from the field. Very low scoring game there. Moving to Friday, some of the things that happened. 11-17 Fairfield beat 17-11 Mount St. Mary 69-62. 13-15 Sacred Heart beat 26 Marist 67-54. Sacred Heart's Johnson, 22 points in that game. 16-15 Texas State beat 20-11 James Madison 102-93. Took 2 overtimes to do that. James Madison actually led by 8 at halftime in that one. Number 20 Purdue beat 20-9 UCLA by 10. Purdue's Kaufman Wren 29 points, followed by Smith, who had 23 points. 23-6 Akron beat 19-10 Kent State by 5. Akron clinches a share of the MAC regular season title. 19-12 Marshall beat 17-13 Appalachian State 75-57. 16-13 Northwestern beat 15-14 Iowa 68-57. Northwestern's Wyndham 20 points, 5 rebounds, hit 4 3-pointers. He came off the bench to do that. UNLV beat Nevada 68-55. Both of them were 16-3 as of 16-13 on Friday. UNLV had 21 more rebounds in that game. All right, moving on to yesterday. Crazy stuff happened. Number 16, Maryland beat 15-15 Penn State by 4. Maryland, 21 points off of turnovers. Queen, 23 points, 6 rebounds for Maryland. Number 13, Clemson beat 14-15 Virginia, 71-58. Clemson only hit 1 3-pointer in that whole game. They were 18 for 23 from the free throw line and did have 10 more rebounds, so I guess they made it up there. Number 1, Auburn beats number 17, Kentucky, 94-78. Auburn's Kelly led the way, 30 points, 9 3-pointers in that one. Bray for Kentucky, 21 points, 6 rebounds. He hit 4 3-pointers. Auburn, 52% from the field. Kentucky was 46%. Auburn hit 12 3-pointers in this game. Kentucky only hit 4. Auburn was 24 for 31 from the free throw line. Kentucky was 28 for 38 from the free throw line. Auburn, 21 points off of turnovers. But Kentucky did have 15 more rebounds, but didn't help them. They still lost. 16-13 Ohio beat 21-8 Miami of Ohio, 75-66. Ohio, 51% from the field, 14 points off of turnovers. 12-17 South Carolina beat 17-12 Arkansas, 72-53. South Carolina is one of these teams that can just jump up and bite anybody. South Carolina's Murray Boyles, 35 points, 7 rebounds. South Carolina led by 30 at one point in this game. Crazy. 16-15 Northern Kentucky beat 19-12 Youngstown State, 88-79. Northern Kentucky's Robinson, 24 points in that game. 20-9 Ole Miss beat 17-12 Oklahoma, 87-84. Padula from Mississippi, 26 points, 5 rebounds, and the go-ahead 3-pointer with 18 seconds left. 16-14 Minnesota beat 17-13 Nebraska by 2. Minnesota's Rigsby, 20 points, and a catch-and-shoot 3-pointer with 4 seconds left. 13-16 Duquesne beat 22-7 George Mason, 85-68. Duquesne hit 15 3-pointers in this game, but both teams did shoot 52% from the field. Number 10, Texas Tech beat 19-10 Kansas, 78-73. Kansas is 4-5 in the last month. That's just unheard of a Kansas team. That's just totally crazy. They're not even ranked anymore, which is crazy. 16-12, South Carolina State beat 20-9 Norfolk State 91-88. Number 7, St. John's beat 7-22 Seton Hall by 10. Now, I read something crazy. This is St. John's first outright Big East title since something like 1985. That's crazy. If that's true, that's crazy. I mean, that really is. 11-20 Denver beat 2011 South Dakota State 78-62. Number 24 Mississippi State beat 14-15 LSU 81-69. LSU, they play good in a lot of games. They hang around, but they just end up losing it at the end. I don't know. They just can't finish. It's crazy. Number 5 Tennessee beats number 6 Alabama by 3, 79-76. Crazy ending to this game. We'll get to that. Tennessee's Gainey and Lanier 18 points each. Sears for Alabama, 24 points. Tennessee, 43% from the field. Alabama was 42% from the field. Tennessee, 8 3-pointers. Bama made 9 3-pointers. Tennessee, 19 for 26 from the free throw line. Alabama, 17 for 26 from the free throw line. Tennessee, 20 points off of turnovers, but Alabama did have 19 points off of turnovers. This game was close all the way. Pretty damn good game. 3.8 seconds left. Alabama gets a 5-second violation on the throw-in, which one of the broadcasters on the game was like, I didn't even know that was a rule anymore. But anyway, Tennessee's ball and Mashak, 3-pointer at the buzzer to win that game. Totally crazy. Yeah, just a totally great game. The game was good all the way. I mean, they were right there, neck and neck all the way, and then it had to end like that. I mean, it did, because I don't know how she would end such a great game like that. But totally crazy. Love college basketball. 21-9, Middle Tennessee beat 17-13 UTEP by 1 in overtime. 2011 Cleveland State beat 19-12 Purdue Fort Wayne 68-57. Not a good week for Purdue Fort Wayne. 11-15 Harvard beat 19-7 Yale 74-69. 21-11 UNC Greensboro beat 22-10 Samford 108-100. 17-12 St. Louis beat 19-10 Loyola Chicago 98-67. St. Louis's Jimerson, 33 points in this game, 9 3-pointers. Hell of a game for him. 20-9 Colorado State beat 24-6 Utah State 93-66. Colorado State 58% from the field. They hit 14 3-pointers. Utah State only shot 43% from the field. 21-10 Winthrop beat 20-10 UNC Asheville 103-90. Winthrop's Doucette 30 points in this game. 9-20 Buffalo beat 16-13 Toledo 87-74. Buffalo 63% from the field, 13 3-pointers. 22 points off of turnovers in that game. Totally crazy. 12-19, Eastern Illinois beat 20-11 Southeast Missouri State, 73-58. That loss ends Southeast Missouri State's 10-game win streak. 2011 SIUE beat 18-13 Little Rock, 73-65. Xavier beat Creighton, 83-61. Both of them are 20-10 now. Number 4, Houston beat 17-12 Cincinnati, 73-64. Houston clinches regular season Big 12 title for second year in a row now. 19-10 Stanford beat 21-8 SMU, 73-68. Raynaud for Stanford, 26 points. They shot 55% from the field. SMU only shot 45%. 18-13 Texas A&M Corpus Christi beat 18-12 Southeast Louisiana, 68-54. 14-15 Bethune Cookman beat 18-10 Southern by 1. Southern, that was only their second conference loss of the season. Another crazy game. 20-9 Vanderbilt beat number 14 Missouri 97-93 in overtime. I didn't watch this whole game. I just switched back. But when I was switching back, Mizzou was like in control of this game. So I don't know what happened in this game. I was watching another game. Vandy ends up pulling it out. Main end for Vandy, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Grill for Missouri, 28 points. Came off the bench to do that too. Both shot 50% from the field. Vanderbilt, 8 3-pointers. Missouri had 9. Vanderbilt, 21 for 24 from the free throw line. Missouri was 28 for 35. Vanderbilt, 11 more rebounds than Missouri, and they scored 24 points off of turnovers. Number 19, Louisville beat 16-13 Pitt, 79-68. Hepburn for Louisville, 37 points. 12-17, UMass beat 17-11 Rhode Island, 91-88. Rhode Island, good team, but they are 2-5 in the last month. 8-23, Stony Brook beat 17-14. Elion, just talked about Elion, lost the other night. They beat them 71-66. Stony Brook, 16 points off of turnovers. 24-6, McNeese beat 18-12 Lamar by 2. McNeese's Parker, 25 points. McNeese has been on a pretty good roll here the last couple of years. Number 2, Duke beat 16-13 Florida State, 100-65. Since the beginning of the year, January 1st, Florida State is 7-9. I mean, they look promising right about the start of January, but I don't know what's happened these last couple months. Let's see, 18-11 Georgia. They beat 16-13 Texas, 83-67. Georgia, 52% from the field, led by 15 at halftime. Number 21, Marquette beat 16-13 Georgetown, 76-61. Marquette shot 56% from the field, and they scored 19 off of turnovers. 21-8, Cal State Northridge beat 19-11 UC Santa Barbara, 103-77. Cal State Northridge's Washington, 23 points in that game. This game last night, man. Number 3, Florida beats my Aggies, number 12 Aggies, who probably won't be number 12 after today, 89-70. Aggies played good in the first half of this game. I mean, they were right there, even led a little bit, and then I don't know what happened in the second half. Florida's Richard, 25 points, 6 rebounds. He hit 6 3-pointers. Leading scorer for the Aggies, Phelps, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Florida, 48% from the field. A&M, 39% from the field. Florida just rained threes. They hit 14 total 3-pointers. A&M only hit 5. Florida, 16 points off of turnovers. This is the Aggies' 4th straight loss. It doesn't get easier because the Auburn's coming to town Tuesday night, I believe. They've got to figure something out because if they want to go far in this tournament, sorry, I got a runny nose. They start beating these teams, these good teams, if they want to make a deep run. Another good one. Number 9, Iowa State beat number 22, Arizona, 84-67. 3 players came off the bench for Iowa State and had double-digit points. Leading scorer for Arizona was Bradley, 18 points. Iowa State, 50% from the field. Arizona was only 33. Let's see what else. Iowa State, 11 3-pointers, 19 points off of turnovers. Arizona, 5-4 in the last month. Number 23, St. Mary's beat 20-11 Oregon State by 10. That is 7th straight win for St. Mary's. And number 25, BYU beat 17-12 West Virginia, 77-56. BYU's Traore, 20 points, 10 rebounds. That's his second double-double this season coming off the bench. Gonzaga beat San Francisco 95-75. Both of them are 23-8. Gonzaga, 58% from the field, 11 3-pointers. All right, so some interesting games coming up the next few days. Today, noon, CBS Sports Network, 16-13 Kennesaw State versus 23-5 Liberty. 12:30 on CBS. It's going to be a good one. Number 11, Wisconsin versus number 8, Michigan State. 1 p.m. on ESPN2, 20-10 Northern Iowa versus 23-7 Bradley. 1 p.m. on ESPNU, 18-9 Princeton versus 15-10 Cornell. Good Ivy League battle. Another good one coming up on CBS. They got a good lineup today. 2:45 on CBS. 18-11 Illinois, who was ranked at one point a few weeks ago, going to Ann Arbor to play number 15 Michigan. At 3 p.m. on ESPN, number 18 Memphis versus 19-9 UAB. Tomorrow, you could tell as the season winds on that the big schedule of good games is getting smaller and smaller because Big Monday here really ain't much. 6 p.m. on ESPN, 20-9 Wake Forest versus number 2 Duke. Ought to be a pretty good one. 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus, Queens versus Florida Gulf Coast. Both of them 18-13, scrapping and fighting. Same thing, 6 p.m. ESPN Plus, 18-13 Eastern Kentucky versus 18-12 Jacksonville. 2 more teams scrapping and fighting, trying to get as many wins as they can. 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus, 19-11 Nichols versus 18-12 Lamar. Good Southland Conference battle. 8 p.m. ESPN, 19-10 Kansas. 19-10 Kansas comes to town down the road to play number 4 Houston. Wow. 8 p.m. ESPN2, 17-11 Wichita State versus 21-6 North Texas. 8 p.m. on FS1, 20-9 UCLA goes 3/4 across the country over to Chicago area to play 16-13 Northwestern. See how that works out for them. All right, Tuesday. Tuesday's got a lot of pretty good games. 5 p.m. SEC Network. 18-11 Georgia goes to play 12-17 South Carolina, who we just talked about. Jumps up and bites teams when they're least expecting it. Georgia needs a win bad. South Carolina would love to spoil that. 6 p.m. on ESPN2. 14-15 LSU goes to number 17 Kentucky, who is probably not feeling very good about themselves right now. Like I said, LSU plays good. They just can't finish. Can they go to Lexington and finish this game? I don't know. 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Number 18 Memphis versus 10-17 UTSA. 6 p.m. on Peacock. 14-15 Rutgers versus number 20 Purdue. 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus. 17-12 St. Louis versus 20-9 Dayton. 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 16-14 Albany versus 19-11 Vermont. Another one, 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 23-6 Akron versus 16-13 Toledo. 7 p.m. on the SEC Network. 16-13 Texas goes to Starkville, played number 24 Mississippi State. We just talked about this one. 8 p.m. on ESPN. Number 1 Auburn goes up the road here to College Station to play number 12 Texas A&M. Aggies need this win bad. 8 p.m. ESPN2. Number 25 BYU versus number 9 Iowa State. Another good one matchup. 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus. 17-12 West Virginia versus 16-13 Utah. 8 p.m. CBS Sports Network. 23-6 New Mexico versus 16-3 Nevada. 8 p.m. on FS1. 18-11 Indiana flies to the West Coast to play 21-8 Oregon. That's going to be a tough game for them. 8 p.m. on Peacock. 17-12 Nebraska versus 16-13 Ohio State. 9 p.m. on SEC Network. Could be a pretty good one here. 17-12 Arkansas goes to 20-9 Vanderbilt. Arkansas reminds me of LSU. They're just better. Some game they play good. They just can't finish. But like I said, they are better. They got a winning record as opposed to LSU. And they have beaten teams you wouldn't think they'd beat. So can they go there to Nashville beat Vanderbilt? We'll see. 10 p.m. on ESPN. 13-16 Arizona State versus number 22 Arizona. Good rivalry game there. 10 p.m. CBS Sports Network. 20-7 San Diego State versus 16-13 UNLV. Moving on to Wednesday, got a few good ones here. 5:30 Big Ten Network. Number 16 Maryland versus number 15 Michigan. 6 p.m. on ESPN2, the big one. Number 3 Florida versus number 6 Alabama. 6 p.m. on ESPNU. Number 13 Clemson versus 12-17 Boston College. 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 17-11 Rhode Island versus 19-10 St. Joseph. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. 11-17 Colorado goes to Lubbock to play number 10 Texas Tech. 7 p.m. SEC Network. This could be a pretty good one. Number 14 Missouri going to play little 17-12 Oklahoma, who just wants to win so bad. They really do. Missouri lost last night to Vanderbilt. Can Oklahoma beat them? I don't know. 7:30 Big Ten Network. Number 11 Wisconsin versus 15-14 Minnesota. Minnesota's another one of those teams that is hard to figure out. Play good, win games, and then they lose a bunch. It's like, I don't get it. 7:30 FS1. Number 21 Marquette versus 29 UConn. 8 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 5 Tennessee goes to Oxford to play 20-9 Ole Miss. Boy, what if Ole Miss got that win? That'd be crazy. 8 p.m. ACC Network, 13-6 Cal versus number 19 Louisville. And 8 p.m. CBS Sports Network, 16-13 Davidson versus 19-10 Loyola Chicago. That is it. We'll be back Thursday or Friday to go over the crazy stuff that's going to happen, because you know crazy crap's going to happen the next few days. To go over that and the preview, which is pretty much the last regular season in college basketball. Pretty much the last time you're going to see teams playing on their own home court this weekend coming up. So anyway, Monday's here tomorrow. That sucks, but hey, like I always say, keep your head down, work, keep busy, and the weekend will be here again before you know it. Until next time, take care. See you later.